We are going to start recording, and I'm going to go ahead and take a second to welcome everybody to March. Somehow it's already March of 2022. Thanks for joining us for our ROSC Council meeting. I think everybody might know each other, which is always kind of fun. Hope everyone, if I'm missing anyone is anyone here for the first time? Oh, I see Dr. Dunkley is here. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We're so excited, and I'm going to call on you a little bit later to let everyone know what's going on. But we are so excited to have you here. And all right, so for those of you who know and don't know, I'm Rachel Capper. My counterpart, Jeanette Harris, and I are your leads from Chestnut Health in the Logan Mason ROSC. So we are at a really cool stage of our program right now. For those of you who've been with us the last few months, you know that I've been dug in pretty hardcore on strategic planning. That document was submitted to the state on the 28th in advance of our March 1st deadline. So hooray, strategic planning is done. And for anyone who would like to check it out, I'm happy to email this link to you or email this PowerPoint to you. But we have everything on the GSU GovState website, along with all of our other deliverable documents. So we get to the fun part now of actually implementing the planning that we've been doing. It's been a long road. We've been almost a year. Jeanette and I both are coming up on our 1-year anniversary with the ROSC, and are excited at all of the progress that we've made so far and all of the things that are coming for our community. And to have all of you here as a part of that is really inspiring. So thank you for your continued participation. I'm going to hand it over to Jeanette because we have a lot of cool updates from the Recovery and Action Committee, which for those of you who don't know is our group of folks with lived experience that are participating in our ROSC. So Jeanette, take it away.
Well, again, thanks everyone for joining us. The truth is we can't get anywhere without each of our places that we fill. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for folks' continued commitment. And some of those are our people on our Recovery and Action group. We have been doing some things, like we mentioned, seeing kind of the services that we have now, kind of, auditing what we have going and finding ways in which to beef that up a bit before we start planting and expanding. We wanted to go a little bit deeper. So we've got the information correct for creating some meeting lists, local meeting lists in the area, kind of get those uniformed looking kind of the same so they'll be familiar. We also got these little kind of card size, our wallet size, business card with the same list, and it has a QR code. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but just something to be able to give to someone if they're looking for a meeting, trying to find a meeting. I've been able to leave those at some with Kim there. I've taken some to Tazwood with our Unity Point. And throughout the community, I've shared some at meeting halls and that kind of thing. So I'm just trying to, again, audit what we have and see how we can help that function stronger and beef that up a bit. We do have an upcoming event that has been planned by some folks that we are partnering with, a speaker potluck meeting, and that's coming up on the 20. Oh shoot, I thought I had there's a flyer for that too, that we were able to help make and get out there as well. It is the Sunday, the 27th. So that is something that we even encourage anyone that is available who are interested. Maybe you haven't been to see what a speaker meeting and a potluck in recovery looks like. This one specifically is a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, but all are welcome, and it'd be a great time for anyone who's interested to be a part of and kind of see some of the awesomeness that takes place in those meetings. We're also preparing some things to utilize our social media greater. We're going to talk a little more about that too in a little bit. Faces and Voices of Recovery, their free training tool. I just want to continue to shout that out. We have access to these free trainings that are absolutely fabulous. We learned so much. I just got done myself with a messaging training. And I just highly recommend any of us, all of us. We really just talks about the language in recovery and how we can even be better allies, how we can be more effective advocates for ourselves and the movement, the mission that we're all on. So just wanted to bring attention to that. That's one of the things that I hope to do with the folks who are in and are participating in the Recovery in Action group, that they will that we will take time to do these trainings together to get folks trained up in that regard as well. We have our meetings monthly. Currently, we're meeting the first Wednesday of the month, which happens to land on April 6th this coming month. And Heartland Community College is who is hosting us a space. So we appreciate that partnership very much. So that's a little bit of kind of some of the things that we're up to here. There. So we definitely need this help from you. We want to beef up the social media. I know that it's not always some of our favorites, but it is definitely a way to get a blast and get information out. What we are preparing to do is get materials, do some videos, do some panels, host some agencies, those kind of things. And so please be on the lookout and be kind to us when we reach out and see if we can't figure those things out together. And if you have any ideas, or if you have someone or something specific that you'd like to highlight at your agency or someone at your agency, please let us know. But that's the next venture that we're going to start really utilizing this and trying to find other ways to get information out there and educate one another. So
and let's please take advantage of the opportunity to, increase the network and increase the reach of anything that you have going on with your organization, so that we can help to spread that message as well.
My ultimate goal would be, anything recovery in Logan and Mason County that we're aware of, that, so that we are able to make sure. I think that's the thing we want to do is be an information spreader, making sure that folks are knowing what's going on. We want to help with that process. And so please keep us informed with what's going on in your areas so that we can post and let folks know. But I really believe when we join that way, our message gets further. So help us there when you see if you haven't liked us or joined us, please do.
Yes, please like us, follow us. And all of these recordings from these awesome meetings are available on YouTube if you really need something to do and want to rewatch any of the excellent ROSC meetings. We are there for you. Muted myself. So this is the other version of the card Jeanette was talking about. And Jeanette, yeah, your QR code, I'm actually gonna do with my phone really quick to show everyone, because I'm so impressed by this technology still. I know that it's, been around for years, but so first go ahead and chat about it.
Yeah, so one of the things, and it can get tricky. I'm very aware with, but we wanted to get a list with all the meeting times available, but also being able to have kind of a one-stop shop with info. So the QR code comes up, it has our ROSC logo that shows up, and then we have connected to it.
There we go.
So it has our state site, anything ROSC on our state. So you can find all of our deliverables, everything's there. Our Facebook page, our YouTube, it has na.org, aa.org, it has coda.org, and I also included Lincoln or Logan County resources.org on that one QR code. So kind of it's, you know, try to at least put some, what we're calling.
If you've got your smartphone handy and want to point it at your screen, and you open your camera app and point it at the screen, and you'll be able to follow a link. If anyone wants to take a second to do that right now, to get a firsthand view of what awesome stuff is going on there, feel free to do that. And then you have the page and you can bookmark it and share it with anyone. So I'll give folks a second if anyone wants to pull their phone out and do so.
And so, yes, we created some meeting flyers for specific meeting places with their times alone, but then we also created something with all of the meetings we know of currently in Logan County. Unfortunately, as you see, we don't have one for Mason County, but don't fret because we're working on it. So we've connected with a gentleman who's joined our efforts with our Recovery and Action Group from that area, and we are joining forces, and the folks here that are in Recovery in Lincoln area are definitely all about supporting and getting something going in Mason County. So we have not forgotten. We got some things in the works. Hopefully next week we'll have some new outcomes to share, but just wanted to throw Mason County out there. We are not forgetting it. Oh,
awesome.
Is it not working for some?
Please reach out if you would like any of these materials for your location. We are happy to drop them off or mail them to you. If you would like posters, flyers, if there's anything specific going on that we can tailor that messaging towards, we're happy to do that for you. So just shoot Jeanette or I an email and let us use some of these resources to help you. Any questions about any of this before we move on? Okay. Thanks for hanging with us for our updates. We are going to do something a little different this time because we've been in the weeds a little bit and been very focused. We've been doing a lot of talking for these meetings, and we want to give everyone a chance to get to know someone in the council and have a recovery ally that maybe you didn't know enough about before. So we are going to be splitting into pairs. Nadia, do you have pairs kind of ready to go?
Well, now that I gave up hosting, I don't.
Okay, let me make you the host again.
I don't know if it's gonna let me do it.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can do so. Give me just a sec.
So I'm just going to make mention to something that's going on in the chat. Cindy, thank you for letting us know that that's not working. I will definitely look into that. I have heard there's times if there's not a certain QR code app on something, but definitely have to figure that one out. Thank
Usually
you.
it's if you have an older like Androids, you have to have an actual separate app. Certain Androids you have to have an app to scan QR codes, but then even with mine, normally I don't have a problem with QR codes with a newer phone, but sometimes it's just the way the file is, and if it's like a PNG, it might not need it as much as like a JPEG file. Like it depends on the type of file that the QR code is on. So.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Nadia, did that work for you?
Yeah. Ooh, hang on.
Thanks everyone for
It
your
said
patience.
that you were a host.
So that I'm the host.
It said that. It came
Okay.
up.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know.
if you didn't, when you set up the meeting, if you didn't click to have breakout rooms in it, there's no way to add them while the meeting's happening.
Live.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
It's
have one
a-
big breakout room today and we'll have little breakout rooms
That's
later.
right. That's right. So let's pivot, everyone. We will do the old school, go around the room. Jeanette, do you have another idea?
Well, maybe we can just use this time to give personal updates on what's going on. I know there's some things like that I see Teresa's on here with us. I'd love for her to share personally what's going on with Safe Passage is there. And maybe we pivot by taking this time to share what's going on our agencies.
Yeah, we can skip ahead to the toot your horn section. Sounds great. We'll try back on breakout groups next time.
Technology, you can't live with it, can't live without it.
Nadia, I need to either be the host again to continue sharing my screen or let me screen share.
You should be the host, yeah?
He is. It popped
There we
up.
go.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you. All right. So who, Jeanette, who would like to go first?
I would love to call Teresa out if she's ready. I'd love for her to share about that. Or we can come back. Denise, do you want to give us an update on what's going on in Gateway?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So a few updates at Gateway. We started a new program. I'm not sure if it's something I've mentioned yet, because I know some people are in multiple groups. But it's called Explore Recovery. It happens every Thursday night, so there will be one tonight at 5:30. And it's really just kind of a non-pressure weekly meeting that's happening, that's kind of a question answer session for family members of individuals struggling, or for individuals that are just looking to explore different recovery options. So we have one of our clinical staff members that's on there. They talk about the disease of addiction. They talk about the stigma that goes along with it. And then they explore some different recovery options in a no pressure environment. So I'll share that flyer in the chat. The flyer has the Zoom meeting link and code on there. So I'll share that if anybody hasn't gotten it yet and is interested in sharing that with anyone that they're working with or just checking it out. That is a weekly meeting that's happening. And then I also, on another side note, so I'm one of the co-founders of Peoria Recovery Project. So I know that's a little bit of a jaunt, but we did set a date for our Peoria Recovery Project event that's going to happen this year, finally, after 2 years of having to postpone. So excited about that, but it'll be August 31st, which is National Opioid Overdose Awareness Day. And we'll be hosting it at the warehouse on State. So our past two events that we had done prior to the pandemic, we had about 400 attendees and 51 different resource booths that set up kind of from all over the place. So we get a lot of people from the Peoria area, but a lot of people outside of Peoria as well. So anybody that's interested in setting up a booth or attending that, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my contact information in the chat. So we'll be starting to work on getting that event up and going. And then, yeah, other than that, it's August 31st is the date. But other than that, we've got some openings right now for individuals who are needing like residential level of care. So feel free to reach out to me as well if there's somebody that I can help or someone I can screen to get connected to services. So
Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it.
yeah, no problem.
I definitely want to shout out Dr. Dunkey again, who's here with us. Dunkey, thank you for being here. And we would love to hear the update from you of what's going on there at SIU.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys so much for having us. I actually also have Kathleen Batista. She's our behavioral therapist for the program. She's also on the call as well. But yeah, so we started the MAR clinic in Lincoln. It's located at the Public Health Department. It is within the Family Medicine Department as well. And we started that in February, and we are still taking new patients. As a part of our program kind of has two parts to it. We definitely have the medical component. Right now, we are only prescribing Suboxone for treatment for opioid use disorder, but we also have the counseling and the behavioral part of the program as well. And so if anybody has any questions or if they have any patients that they would like to be seen there, definitely feel free to reach out to us. The number, just so that everyone has it, is actually the direct number for the clinic. So it's 217-735-2317. That's the number for the overall Lincoln clinic. But if anybody has any questions or anything like that, definitely feel free to reach out to me. I believe my email address is also on that was sent out with the link. And then Kathleen Batista, I don't know if she has anything to say, but yeah, she's also on the call as well. And like I said, she's our behavioral therapist for that program. And so you can reach out to her as well.
Yeah, Camille, I'm on. So I'm Kat. It's Kathleen Bautista, but I'm Kat. Everybody knows me as that. I'm there every Friday, Friday afternoon as of right now. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me there as well. I can put my email and phone number in the chat here so that everyone has it. But like she said, I do the behavioral side, I do the assessments and the treatment plans, and then I do ongoing therapy and check-ins with them, resourcing, all of that.
That is awesome. Thank you both for being here. And just for clarity for everyone, we have for some time, people ahead of us even have been working to get a MAR, medical assisted recovery option here in Lincoln, Logan County. And we have that now. And so thank you for sharing that. We want to make sure that folks know that that option exists and that it is also paired with the counseling, as you heard from Kat. I believe you also have a peer recovery coach there as well. Is that correct?
Sorry. So yeah, so our peer recovery coach, he's not located on site as of now, but the patients definitely have access to him. They can still participate in our groups online or in person if they'd like to at the Springfield Clinic, and they can still do individuals and telehealth with our peer support specialist. His name is Calvin Miller. And so they definitely still have access to that, but he's not there on site as of yet. And we are super excited to be in Lincoln. We just feel like it's a really great opportunity for us, for our growth. And so yeah, we're definitely really excited to be there and to work with the community and just try to see how we can help out in any way that we can.
And can I ask you, Doctor, is there a way that us as a ROSC can support you best?
I think for us right now, so we've started to do some advertising, but I think just we want to make sure that people are at least aware that the program is there. And so I would say if you have any patients or anything like that, definitely just kind of letting them know that there are treatment options available in Lincoln. And so I would say the best thing right now is just trying to get the word out as much as possible. We definitely have it up on the website, and I think they're going to be adding it to to a couple of different websites. I've gone around and given out like little cards in some of the like at the hospital and things like that. But I think we just want to make sure that the patients are aware and that people are aware that they can still access resources in Lincoln. So right now, in terms of the website, the website for the MAR page isn't quite created yet. It's something we're working on, but I do believe it's on the general Lincoln page. So I can send that in the email. So on the general page for the Lincoln SIU, as you scroll down as a part of the services, it does say medication assisted recovery on there.
And would you all have any printed materials that you have available?
So we do. I think we gave them all out, but I'm working on getting some more. And if I am able to get some more, I would definitely forward. What would be the best way to kind of forward that on so that you can have them in their offices as well?
Yeah, I'd like those.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would imagine even in digital copy, we could get some printed and I can help get that distributed in the community as well.
Perfect. I will talk to marketing again and see what we can get out, either a digital copy so that you guys can definitely give out. That'd be really helpful.
And then I can bring some on Friday when I'm there, and I'll have them available there at SIU as well, the health department.
Wonderful. Yeah, we definitely want to, any way in which we could support this, you know, that's what we want to do. So thank you for that information. And I don't know if anyone else has any questions for them while they're here.
Are you getting patients?
Yeah, so far we have been. So we had some patients that transferred over from our Springfield clinic to the Lincoln clinic, and I think so far we've had 4 patients that have started over at the Lincoln clinic. One was, yeah, so far we've had 4 patients start. A couple of them have been patients who were in the Springfield clinic before, but so far we've had about 3 or 4 new patients. So I think it's starting to spread. It's only been about a little bit over a month, so I think that it's kind of starting to get the word out. But yeah, we still want to make sure that we're doing as much as we can.
Quite a few of our current patients have been spreading the word, which is wonderful. They're really excited to get us in Lincoln, and I'm super excited for us to be there. So, yeah.
Awesome. And if you all need any more of those meeting cards, you know, since people will be coming in to see you and they may be looking for a recovery meeting to join, I can get more out to you too, if that's something you'd like to hand out when you're meeting with folks.
That would absolutely be great. If you could get those, send them to me or get them to me. I will give them out as we're doing assessments and setting treatment plans. That's a fabulous thing to have access to.
And the hospital has created a great kind of card. It has a bit more comprehensive information, but we can get our hands on there, and that could be part of something you offer too, where it has even more information about treatment centers and goes in depth a little more. So yeah, we could definitely round those up, Kat, and I can bring those to the health department for you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Who else has something exciting going on?
So I shared with Jeanette and Nadia that it looks like we're going to be able to get a veterans recovery meeting at the Salvation Army for the veterans there. That's in the works. We have a couple people who are willing to chair that meeting, and we'd like to open it to veterans in the community since it will be veteran exclusive. So hopefully I will know more about that soon, but it looks like that's going to be a go, and we hope to get that going as soon as we get all the details figured out.
Awesome. Well, let us know. We'll add it to the cards and make sure everyone else knows about it too.
And then last week we had the collaborative meeting, and the Memorial had all their new mental health information. Is there anyone, were they invited to this? Is anyone here from there?
I'm here. Yeah. Are you needing some of the resources, Kim, for that?
No, I just wanted to make sure that they were linked. So because they overlap so much. So
Like Cassandra.
right,
that
and
who's in
then
there?
the recovery coaches or whatever they're going to be doing. I just think it's important that they be a part of this.
Yeah, we recently worked with our emergency department. So we've created 50 bags, they're resource bags that the emergency department staff can give out as needed to people when they come into the emergency room, and has all kinds of flyers and information about recovery, about like resources that they can have that they need that because they see a lot of that in the emergency room. So that we just did that last week. So we're kind of just piloting that to see how that goes. And they're supportive of that in the ED. And so if there's things that would help to add to that, let us know. Like obviously, I think Camille, I think we might have information about SIU in there. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure about with the MIR, but I know that it's more, we have the new recovery cards and information like that, different resources and things for people.
Right.
Hey,
I'm talking
Cynthia.
about
Oh, go ahead.
I was also talking about the new crisis
Mobile unit.
team, yeah, that's coming on.
Oh, yes, I recently heard about that. I have not, Angela, I don't think she's on here today, but I just recently like kind of got more word about that. So I don't have a lot of information about that yet, but I knew that that was coming around, but I can get more information if you guys
Well,
need.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
can
know
we
Jeanette was
definitely,
gonna-
sorry, Kim, I was just gonna say that's something that when we're talking about upcoming, like, because there are so many amazing changes that are taking place. So that is definitely someone we'd like to invite to share that directly. So hopefully we can have someone come next month and invite to really share that, because there's so much amazing stuff that's happening.
I mean, I'll talk to Angela about that and see if we can get somebody to talk about that for next month. I'll ask her.
Kim, I wanted to say thanks for bringing that up. About the meeting. I did connect with the individual who's really wanting to start this, and I want other people to know. One of the ways that ROSC can support is, some of the barriers are just getting the materials needed for a meeting to get something started, and so that's something that we want to and can help with. So I am meeting next week with the gentleman, and we're going to sit down and see when we're going to launch that and how we can get that going from, more materials to let folks know that there is a meeting to helping to have the actual reading materials for the actual meeting. So thank you for that reminder. And that just says, again, folks are motivated to do some things here, and knowing that there's an opportunity, people are stepping up. So want to acknowledge, and that gentleman is also participating in the PR recovery support specialist class as well. So we have people, connected, and it's great.
I'm going to call out Kara. Hey, Kara, do you have any updates or exciting things that you've recently registered for?
Are you referring to the email that I sent you yesterday?
Well, all of the above. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so Brad Hauge is our state's attorney, and he came to our board meeting at the health department on Monday and shared some very exciting news with us. So he hired a law firm in Chicago to sue Johnson & Johnson for their opioid distribution and manufacturing, and won. So because of that, Logan County will be awarded $360,000 for that. But in the interim, the Attorney General sued 4 others, including Johnson & Johnson, and won $1.6 million. And so that $1.6 million will be split between all of the counties in the state. And it is the percentage is based on the opioid prevention need for that county. And for us, it's 0.06%, which is 1.6 million. I'm sorry, he won 170 million. So ours is 1.6 million for Logan. And it will be distributed over 18 to 25 years at about $83,000 a year. The money will go through the treasurer's office and be handled by the county board. So he is going to be talking to different groups and letting people know about that, because there's a whole list of things that it has to be used on. So I sent it to Angie and Nadia. They both have the list, and I do, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to spread it. He didn't tell me not to, and it's in our minutes. So I can send that if you'd like me to, that whole email packet that he gave us. But a lot of the things in there we're already doing, which is super awesome. So he wants to get people together to do a 5, 10, 15, and 20 year like strategic plans, goals, and outcomes, and all of that, and what we want for our county. He doesn't want to start it for a few years because he wants to make sure the money's actually going to come. So yeah, that's what's going on. It's pretty exciting.
Thanks, Kara. And you also registered for Access Narcan to be a Narcan distributor too, right?
So I did, but it's not as easy as you think. It's very complicated. And so I'm still working on that. But yes.
Awesome. What else is going on? We still have a little bit of time. We could always let out a little early if things are, since we budgeted about 15 minutes for our breakout groups that did not occur.
As
So
I'm looking at who's here, if you don't mind real quick, Rachel, I'm just going to shout out to Amy Langley, who's jumped on with us. Amy's just a community member who heard about ROSC and asked to learn more about it. And her and I got to get together and share. She's definitely an ally in the community and works for a company that considers different initiatives in the community that can be kind of nominated by, people in the community. And she's done that for ROSC. And so much so that I shared about the council, and I see that she's joined us. Amy, I'm glad that you're here with us. I just wanted to acknowledge you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad that you invited me on here. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you invited me on here.
So glad you're here. Thank you. And just want folks to know how, folks do begin to learn about what we're doing. And, it is that person by person. We just never know how those connections can make a difference. And just someone knowing, I was also able to give her some Narcan to suggest to take back to have as a kind of factory setting. So, just finding ways to connect. And I just wanted to appreciate you being with us.
absolutely.
Yeah, Miss
Well,
Teresa.
I have, go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm so
No,
sorry.
go ahead.
I was just hoping. I want our update for safe passages. But I will say that I guess I'll share it because I do want to make sure people are aware that the Safe Passages program no longer is going through the police department. It's actually going through Unity Point or Tazwood now. So anyone who knows someone who's looking to get into some type of treatment, you can walk into their agency on Sangamon here in Lincoln during their working hours. If you need to connect with someone outside of their working hours, I do have an 800 number. I can put it in the chat, but I'm just going to share it. It's 888-311-0321. And that's Unity Place Access Center number. And thank you, Nadia. If someone needs to contact someone outside of the business hours. So that's a big shift that's happened when it comes to safe passages. A lot of folks do believe that there may be more traction and people more willing to go there to Tazwood than to go to the police station for help. So I just think it's so important that everyone knows that that shift and change has happened. So we can pass that along as well. And of course, Becky has also offered, to be a connection if we know someone, or Denise, excuse me, has offered that at Gateway. So just wanted folks to be aware of that. I'll be quiet now, Rachel.
Oh, you're good. All this is wonderful. Great updates. We have finally some traction on some things to share, which is really exciting. And I think is one of the primary goals of our ROSC meetings is to really give everyone a chance to hear what's going on and to keep everyone in the loop, because as we've said so many times, it's really easy to stay in our own lane and sort of have our heads down and not realize what's going on all around us.
Good point. And as I think Randy put in the chat, they're still in need of identifying more drivers to support the Safe Passages program in Logan. And then in Mason, there is a Safe Passages program as well, and that's through Mason County Sheriff's Office.
Right.
And
Great.
and it's not April yet, is it? I was going to say at the end of this month, but it's really next month. Drug Enforcement Agency is doing a National Drug Take Back Day. And what's the date on that, friends? I don't remember. I do.
April 30th.
Okay. So that is another thing to be mindful of and share the news on as well.
And those locations are posted on their website, right, Nadia?
Yeah, it's also posted for like Mason County, it's posted on CPAC's and HAP's, so both those coalitions' Facebook pages. And I can send you a what I made to send out.
Fire.
Awesome.
Fire. There you go.
Those are the words.
Yeah, it's 10 to 2 in Mason County. It's at Mason City IGA parking lot from 10 to 11. And then where is it? Manitou Lodge, 11:30 to 12:30. And then where else in Mason City? Mason County.
At Havana. Yeah.
Thank you. From 1 to 2. There we go. Teamwork makes the dream work. And then in Lincoln, there's already drop boxes. Kira has one at the health department, and then Lincoln PD has one as well. Right? Yeah.
All right. Anybody have anything else going on? I don't want to miss anyone if there's something exciting happening. Okay. Well, we are starting to look ahead. So we are also in the works discussing, not just with the Recovery in Action Committee, but amongst ourselves, some of the upcoming ideas for events over the summer. So one of the things that actually didn't get saved in my PowerPoint, I apologize. One of the things that we'd like you to consider is what sort of a get together do we think would be the best? So I will send a summary email with that, and we can have a little vote over the next month. But does anyone have ideas that they'd like to see voted on? Jeanette and I kind of came up with a few, but we'd love to hear everyone's feedback. Something like example, a summer concert or a summer barbecue or game day, something kind of in that vein. And we would likely have 2 of them in the way that we did the recovery walk, have one in Logan County and one in Mason.
And ideally, we would like to hopefully put something together where it would bring all of us. And I'm talking about, this council together. How can we come in a unified way to, publicly join together in some way? And I know that could sometimes sound cheesy, but it does mean so much to folks to see people coming together, to take the time out to hear one another and be intentional about that. So we definitely are always trying to hear ideas that are working or ideas you may have, things you've heard that people are doing, so we love to hear from y'all too.
Everyone's shy and ready to go outside, I can tell. So how about this, everybody? If you think of anything, you know how to get a hold of us. This is all of our contact information. Please take a second and review our strategic plan if you feel like you'd like to. We are really excited to be putting some of these things into action and can't do it without all of you. So let us know how we can support you. Let us know whenever there is something going on that you would like, either materials. We have access to things like gift cards or things like that to support individuals in recovery. If there's something like a gas card that would be helpful for someone that you're serving, let us know. We have access to those sorts of things. So we're here and we are ready to get to work, boots on the ground, and really exciting phase of our ROSC development, and really exciting new things coming. My understanding, just as a slight touch base on the mobile unit, is that they have the money but not the vehicle yet. So that is, I think they are shopping for the vehicle is the status report, last I heard. So get a big van of some kind, bus or a van of some kind. Thank you all so much for joining us. Jeanette, do you have anything else before we'll just let folks out a few minutes early today?
Not that I can think of, just, if you can think of someone that's missing at the table, please invite them. If you notice there's a gap that we're missing, those are the ways in which we can support one another. If there's something that we can do to support your initiative, please let us know. This is a reciprocal situation we got going on here. We need one another. And so we invite that as well, even if it's something you think of later. For instance, I was able to partner with Cindy while she was doing the catch program at the junior high, and was able to go share there with 7th and 8th graders, personal lived experience when it comes to recovery. What an awesome way to partner. So if there's things that you are doing and ways that we can support, please let us know that. Like I said, I'll get cards out to folks who can use them, flyers. But let us be that conduit with you and for you. Absolutely. Other than that, I can't think of anything at this moment.
Okay, great. Well, everyone enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Go out for a walk if you can. And we will see you next month on the 21st, same time, same place. And hopefully we'll hear from lots of you before that. I'm going to stop
For your time.
our recording and say our farewells.